Something for us. Hmm? What? TV is no fun. Here. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can't decide whether to come back in here? Come on. Megan. Come on. Come play with us. Yeah. You're so cute. Conan's standing here pulled up against me. Wayne's just started watching his nightly business report, and that's fascinating Megan. I believe she's got to go check it out. Yeah, she's got to go check it out. Especially now that the phone's ringing. Megan! There she goes. Hi, Conan. Let's turn back this up and get your focus right. There we go.
But I plan on bringing Rose and kids because we want to put the bombs on here, especially them roaches.
Now Conan's going to go check out his daddy. Yesterday, our day before yesterday, Megan sat on the floor and just twirled around. I mean, she was using her feet to kind of make it go from side to side. She can almost stand up without holding on. I lost my keys here.
To increase exports because of the need to find capital.
Quarter of last year. We had a pickup in consumer spending. Business fixed investment grew strongly, and exports continued to expand strongly.
Still, not all economists were jumping for joy at the latest GNP report. Nico Securities' Robert Brutza argues consumer spending on non-durable, the so-called non-big ticket items, lagged considerably in the first 3 months of the year.
Consumer purchases of non-durables are down again. That's 4 quarters in a row that consumer purchases of non-durables have declined.
But economists don't appear to be too worried yet. They cite a 2.6% jump in corporate profits for the fourth quarter of last year as evidence that businesses were in good shape and were poised to do better. Much of that growth, of course, will depend on the consumer and his or her appetite for many of businesses' goods. An appetite that Sinai insists remains healthy.
This rocking chair was from William Magnuson's
Are alive
house.
and well, spending nicely, not about to fizzle out in spending.
The first time the
And
kids
I think
been
the
around,
nation
so
is
they're
fundamentally
fascinated
good.
by it.
These days, economic forecasts vary depending on the source that is released, and it is no mystery that most economists are not envisioning the Fed tightening given the relatively strong GNP showing. But of course, they caution that could change depending on the release of the next economic numbers, namely CPI and producer prices. In New York, Neil Cavuto for the Nightly Business Report.
There was also moderate growth in prices on Wall Street today as the Dow ended up almost 9 points. With the details, here's Paul.
As has been the pattern over the last 4 or 5 trading sessions, the stock market opened on a strong note again this morning, riding high on the momentum of yesterday's closing gain of nearly 21 points in the Dow Industrial Average. A good deal of today's early buying was in reaction to news of that 2.3% growth in first quarter GNP because it represented neither an
Megan's
inflationary
watching
nor
television,
recessionary
so
threat
what's
as far as
best
most
interest
economists were concerned. By 11 a.m., the industrial average advanced almost 17 points, just above the 2050 level, with 6
They
stocks
love
up
the
for every
graphics
3
when
down.
they do the music.
Like most recent rallies, this one lacked impressive volume, and that led to a little pullback over the midday hours as the Dow eased to about 11.5 point gain at 1 p.m. But a continuing flow of excellent quarterly corporate earnings reports kept the bulls in command, especially after the dollar and bond prices improved in mid-afternoon. At 2 p.m., the industrial average bounced back with a 16.25 point gain. But that move put the Dow at the 2050 resistance level again and triggered a flurry of selling, sending the index to only about a 1.5 point gain by 3 p.m. Those selling pressures eased up in the final hour, and the Dow Industrial Average, in a slow rebuilding process, came back to post a closing gain of 8.79 at 2,044.76. Theoretical high of the day almost to the 2,063 level, and the low some 40 points under that. Trading volume, a disappointing 152.3 million shares. And just think, without programmed trading volume and these dividend plays, I think we'd probably be under 100 million shares. Up volume exceeded down volume by better than a 2-to-1 ratio.
This is the way they like to
Dow
walk.
Transport Index up just over 2.5 points.
Just hold
Oil
on,
prices
just with a
rose a
tippy
bit in the
finger.
afternoon. Utilities up just over 1
Moving
point,
right
down
along the edge
65
of
up the
this.
better part of 2 points. The closing tick, however, a minus 107, indicating a little selling pressure at the final bell. Standard & Poor's 500 up nearly a 1.5 point, 1 2/3 point gain of the 400. The 100 was up 0.93. The Commodity Research Bureau May index rose a rather strong 1.5 points. New York Stock Exchange index up nearly 3/4 of a point. Value line up 1.21. The Wilshire 5,000 up 13, almost 13.70. The bond market's first reaction to the news of that 2.3% growth rate in first quarter GNP was a bit negative, since some analysts, upon closer examination of the report, concluded it was more inflationary than appeared on the surface. Strength in the dollar, however, led to a midday rally in bonds, which the rally lost its luster in late trading when the price of oil rose. Corporates managed to sell closing gains of only about an 1/8 point. Tax-frees fared a little better with half-point gains, but governments ended small fractions lower, like these long-term treasuries in 2017. 430 seconds. Treasury bond index off 0.21, and Fed funds 6.75%. I'll be back shortly to explain what it actually was on Wall Street today.
Non-OPEC producers in Vienna. On Capitol Hill, senators continue to debate the trade reform bill, now set to go to a
Make a
final
notation
vote
on there
tomorrow.
the date,
The bill
say
appears
this,
to have
they're
avoided
voting 8
easy
months old
victory
tomorrow?
Yeah,
with the
that's
support
in
of
there.
virtually all Democratic senators, including Jim Sensor of Tennessee.
We need to promote exports. We need to improve educational programs in order to enable our workers to compete in a more sophisticated world marketplace.
My
And this
little
trade
helpers
bill
keep coming over here,
does
so I
precisely that.
end up
It
having to take
offers
pictures of my
constructive
knees.
solutions to a number of lingering
What's your grab
malignant
that
trade problems.
holding the
Yeah,
the
that's what
cover?
Con was doing to me on the other
continues
side.
to insist that the trade bill in its current form is unacceptable. The president's chief economic advisor, Beryl Sprinkle, today told reporters that the bill is badly flawed, even without a controversial provision requiring advance
Megan.
notification of
Megan.
plant closings.
Megan,
I think it would
Come,
have
Dave.
an unfortunate
that's
longer-term
Con and we're
effect
watching over
on
there.
Come
our
today, Megan.
ability to grow,
Piggy. I
our
think he'll
ability to
forget and
compete.
walk a couple of steps.
And
Yeah,
that's
there we
somewhat,
go. Almost.
Come, Piggy. surprising in view
Hold
of
on, I
the
didn't
state
call
of
you.
concerns of the Congress about making it possible for us
Hold
to
on.
compete better.
Hold on.
But rigidities do not improve
Come here,
our
hold
ability
on.
to
Hi, sweet
compete.
cone. How you doing?
Artificial protection of particular industries does not improve our ability to compete.
The question of what
Con
it will take to make
picked up
America
his
more
second
competitive
cold of his little life.
trade is being discussed in
Been a little congested here lately.
This week, the Carter
Hadn't held him down much.
Conference, attended by major corporate and academic figures, entitled Consultation on Competitiveness. And Linda O'Brien today
Don't pinch me,
interviewed
Conan.
one of the
Ouch.
participants in that conference, former president.
What are you doing here, Piggy?
Hi, Megan. Hi, Megan. Hi, sweet piggy. Hi, little piggy. Oh, there's your sister, Conan.
Secretary of Labor, President Reagan was here. And I think she and I both learned a lot. And a lot of
Yeah, Conan.
from economists,
Yes, sweet
from
Conan.
deans of
Yes,
business
sweet Conan.
schools, from chief
Hi,
executive
Conan.
officers of some of America's
You wanna get down and try to walk a
major
bit, Conan?
corporations. Some who've been highly successful in marketing overseas.
your bell.
trading,
Oh, you're all right.
learned
Come here, Piggy.
greatly, first of all,
Hi,
about
Piggy.
being serious at the crucial issues.
How you doing, piggy?
Possibly number one consideration for
You like that? You like that with father folks on your grass hold your little ear? Hi, piggy. Megan. Sweet piggy.
no one here thought
Sweet piggy.
that should be fine for
Megan.
the
Sweet little piggy.
with a rapidly declining
Sweet little piggy.
dollar and a very low value now. That
Sweet piggy.
trade
Sweet
has
piggy,
not
sweet piggy.
rebounded as was anticipated.
How you doing, Megan?
This is because of an inherent
Sweet little piggy.
cost
Yeah.
of high federal deficit,
Sweet piggy.
high cost of capital,
Sweet little piggy.
among American workers,
Sweet little piggy.
and absence of an ability
Sweet little
by
piggy.
the nation to reinvest
What you got there, piggy?
in manufacturing and service industries to be presenting high-quality products in a
There you
way
go.
that would be attractive to foreign buyers. The complexity of it, I think, is pretty well independent of a solution by further decreasing the dollar value.
Conan, no, Conan, no, Conan. No, son, no. No, Conan, don't fool with that.
And exports, but a commensurate even
Oh,
Well,
greater
it
increase
kind
in
of
imports
seems
lately.
scary
One
over
of
here.
these
No, Conan, no, Conan, no. No, Conan, Conan. No.
But when I left
No,
office,
Conan.
America was
No.
spending about almost 8%.
Come to Daddy, Conan. Come away from
Now
that.
they only spend
Conan.
about 2%.
Don't fool with that, Conan. No. No, Conan.
Low amount of
No,
capital that
Conan.
Americans themselves
Conan.
are available to pay for their
Conan.
almost
Come,
$200
Dave.
billion annual deficit. So what we
Come on,
Daddy,
Daddy.
Conan.
Come on, Conan. Come
Come
here.
to Daddy, Conan. Leave it alone. No, Conan. No, no, no.
in this
No, Conan.
Tomorrow night, Lyndon will conclude her interview
No,
with President
Conan.
Carter.
Come on,
Discussion of
come
his views on OPEC.
Come on. Come on.
Lucky Store says it's considering
Oops.
several other takeover proposals.
No, Conan.
Conan, see? Conan.
Won't say who. Meanwhile, which is
No, Conan. No.
First lesson's a no.
federal regulators
No.
have suggested that Lucky be auctioned off to the highest bidder this Monday.
No, Conan.
Under the plan, the
No,
winning bidder
Conan.
would have 4 days to sign a merger agreement.
No.
And begin its tender offer.
And have to, as you say, remove the child from the temptation. Hold on.
No, Conan.
Million shares, Texaco up 3/8. The company reported first quarter earnings this morning of $1 a share, up from 45 cents last year. Pinnacle West was
Can
down
you come
on
here,
trading
Connor?
its dividend
Come
of
here.
50 cents a share. Tandem Computer moved up 1 5/8. The company reported second fiscal quarter earnings were up only 4%, but better than the street expected. American Telephone down a half on concern that its leading computer expert, Vittorio Casoni, who came over from Olivetti, now plans to leave AT&T and go back there. Kind of makes things a little muddled as to what's going to happen with AT&T. Exxon moved up a quarter. Southern Company was trading at dividend 53.5 cents.
She's so
unchanged.
cute.
General Electric dropped a quarter. Diesel Energy moved up 3/8. And then Lucky Shores up 1 3/8. We heard Dean give the story about all the various bidding there. IBM, 10th of big board volume, was up 3/8. Digital equipment rebounding nicely with a 3 5/8 point gain, probably with an oversold position. rally. General Motors at 1 7/8. Its chairman says that he expects the company could save as much as $4 billion in cost cutting this year. Goodyear Tires cited a favorable comment to the herd of the seatbelt on Wall Street moved up 7. PPG Industries up 1 5/8. The company was recently they raised earnings estimates, as a matter of fact.
Hi, Megan. Hi. You're on candid camera. Yes, you are. That's an arrangement that Linda gave us in the hospital when we just had the babies. In their room now. Assortment of books that we bought for them. And a bookcase that I hope they will use to stash their toys. That chair over there was Wayne's grandmother, so the kids' great-grandmothers. Colbert. Everywhere, of course. Hi, Conan. Megan's trying to get in the middle of the picture over here. There she is. That movement Conan is doing is what he does to rock himself to sleep. I don't think he's tired, but maybe. Come on again. Hi, Conan. Coochie coo. Coochie 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 coochie. Now Conan wants to play with the lens cover too. Look what Megan's doing. She's gonna walk. She says phooey on this crawling. Oh, she's not gonna walk. Now, kiddos, come on. There, something else to play with. The pillow. Conan, look what Megan's doing. Look what Megan's doing. hard for me to bed routine. Obviously, it won't be long before they'll be climbing everything. What? Hi. Wow, Conan. A whole bunch of steps. Yeah, I'll put you to bed now. Come on, you're almost in here and then we'll go to bed. Oh, don't be fussy. Don't be fussy. Megan, can you play patty cake? Patty cake, a baker's man. Do it. Nap time. Beautiful, peaceful nap time. The kids always seem to know when it is nap time. They kind of remind Mama. We had a little bit of fussiness with sleeping patterns when they were 5 or 6 months old. But now they kind of look forward to it, it seems. Rest peacefully, babies. To the bottom in the air. We're on our way to Granny and Grandpa Ed's house. Megan has told us